Hi everybody, Laura here for Pinkfresh Studio. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a couple of projects to share with you featuring the Smile as well as the Hello Botanicals die set. So there's 3 of these word die sets by Pinkfresh Studio. There's the Hello Botanicals, there's the Love Botanicals, and lastly there's the Smile Botanicals die set. My first card features the Hello Botanicals die set. So I'm going to take this Hello, I'm die cutting it into a panel of Nina Solar White cardstock. So I adhere that down right in the center, and I'm running it through my big shot. So the fun thing about these die sets is they're versatile. You can use the positive or you can use the negative. Like I'm going to use this panel right here. I love how that looks. Now moving on, I'm going to use a few of these botanical leaf images from the die set. Before I die cut them into this white cardstock, I wanted to add a little color using some Distress Oxide inks. I think you could do this either way. I actually did it both ways. For this time, I did the ink blending first, and then I die cut the leaves. Second time around, I die cut them first, and then I blended on the die cuts. So either way, I don't think one's easier than the other. It's just whatever you prefer. So I used picked raspberry, spice marmalade, and squeezed lemonade. Now I'm die cutting the same leaf into each one of those colors. Now after that, I decided instead of having just flat color, which looks great, I always like to add a little gradient love to everything. So I'm going in with the same colors, but just darkening it up a little bit on the bottom. And then just to kick it up another notch, I pulled out some more darker colors like the fossilized amber and add a little bit of that on the bottom of the squeezed lemonade. For the picked raspberry leaf, I'm adding a little candied apple, just a touch, just a smidge to amp up the vibrancy. Now for the spice marmalade one, I'm adding a bit of carved pumpkin to the bottom. Gradient is just my jam. What can I say? I think it really makes everything glow. And of course, you know me. When there's a pink, orange, and yellow leaf, you know the rest of the rainbow's not far behind. Who's kidding who? I die cut a few more leaves and ink blended them with some greens and blues, more Distress Oxide inks, finish off the rainbow. Now I'm going to start assembling the card. I'm going to adhere a soft gray panel onto the background, and then I'll put some foam tape on the Hello panel, popping that up over the soft gray, and then I'll start adhering these leaves in rainbow order, of course. I'm using just a smidge of glue on the bottom of each leaf, and I'm tucking them in the openings of the letters. So I'm starting with the pink leaf and the orange leaf, tucking those in the corner of the H, and then the yellow and the green leaf, tucking those in that top corner of the L. So there's a little bit on the top, a little bit in the middle, a little bit on the bottom. Got to scatter the rainbow botanical happiness throughout the card. These word dies are so fun. I think there's a lot of different things you can do with them. They make for a very quick and simple, easy card. I went ahead and embossed a coordinating sentiment from the Let's Flamingo stamp set. It just says, sending smiles your way. Thought it coordinated well with the Hello die, and then I added a few sparkling clear sequins. This card is finished. Now we're moving on to the second card, and this uses the Smile with Botanicals die set. So again, I'm going to die cut this Smile into some white cardstock, just like I did before, but this time, instead of featuring the negative, I'm going to feature the positive. So I'm going to take these letters that came out. Those would be the positives, right? I've been known to get that mixed up, but I think you know what I mean, right? So I'm going to use the letters by themselves, and that way you can control the layout and how you want to space them and align them on your project. And again, I'm using my Distress Oxide inks to blend the color onto each one of the letters. I'm using the same colors that I did before. Of course, I'm going in rainbow. I mean, if I'm going to die cut the word smile, I think I'm going to do it in rainbow. And then, but you know, if you didn't want to ink blend the color, you could die cut these into different solid color cardstock. You could do each letter a different color, or you could do each letter all the same color. Lots of options. Then I lined up my letters on my grid mat, made sure they're nice and straight. I used a piece of Post-it tape to adhere them all together. That way I can flip it over, add some foam tape to the back of each of the letters. I know I'm crazy like that, to cut slivers of foam tape, but I want to pop up the letters, and this way I know they can be nice and straight and aligned. I'm starting to adhere my card together. I've got a piece of striped pattern paper on the bottom, got a craft panel on the top, and now I'm going to pop up these letters, and look how easy this is. They're all straight, perfectly spaced. Peel off that Post-it tape, which is great because it holds them together, but it doesn't tear the cardstock. It has the perfect amount of stick. I love my Post-it tape. Again, I embossed another coordinating sentiment from the Let's Flamingle stamp set, and this card is finished, keeping it really clean and simple. So here's the two projects featuring the smile and the hello with botanicals die sets. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.